Revenge of the Sith is well recognized as the best prequel movie for its stunning visuals, epic battles, and emotional story. But George Lucas isn't just a master of large-scale world building. He also makes sure to include the fine details. Join me on the dark side as we look at the top 5 tragic details you may have missed in Revenge of the Sith. Number 1. Anakin's lightsaber ignition noise changes when he joins the dark side. In Attack of the Clones and the first half of Revenge of the Sith, Anakin's lightsaber has the standard Jedi activation sound, a swift hum rising and falling in pitch.
One way out of here.
But listen to the sound of his lightsaber ignition during Order 66. It's slower and lower pitched, matching Vader's future red lightsaber. Let's watch the comparison again.
One way out of here.
It's a cool detail showing Anakin's state of mind through only the sound of his lightsaber. But just before this moment, we have dark detail number 2. The younglings are the only Jedi in the films to call him Master. Sure, we have Ahsoka in the expanded universe, but when it comes to just the films, we see Anakin spend the entire movie desperately trying to achieve the rank of Master. For his own ego, and also so he can access the Jedi's most secret knowledge in the hopes that it will save Padme. But ironically, his focus on respect from those above him makes him end up losing those below him, who he neglected to care for.
You are on this council, but we do not grant you the rank of Master.
What?
Master Skywalker, there are too many of them. What are we going to do?
After Anakin's chilling execution of Order 66 at the Jedi Temple, we get dark detail number 3, his arrival on Mustafar to wipe out the Separatist leaders. Anakin's despised them since Episode 1, when the first antagonist he ever had to face was Nute Gunray and his army of droids on Naboo. Not to mention that since then, Nute Gunray has propagated the Clone Wars and directly tried to assassinate Padme numerous times. As it is, Anakin seeks revenge against the now-defeated Separatists with reckless abandon, swinging his lightsaber wildly with no caution or care. If you look closely, you can even see the pain in his face as he does so, with flashbacks to his loss of control at the Tusken camp. But this isn't the emotional state he holds for the entire assault. In the middle of his attack, we get one small moment where he looks back and stares directly into the camera, showing the audience his corrupted dark side eyes. But in the actual scene, there's obviously no camera there. So what's he looking at? Well, Anakin's not just breaking the fourth wall here. There's a reason he looks back with such intensity. We see him kill almost all the Separatists as quickly as possible, and then after this scene he turns to hunt down Wat Tambor. At that point, we can only speculate on what he was looking back to, but in the next scene it's confirmed that the only remaining Separatist leader, the only person left behind him, was Nute Gunray himself. The dark detail here is that Anakin purposely saves Nute Gunray for last, to build as much fear and suffering for him as possible, as revenge for how he was the main threat to Padme all those years. Then, when Anakin finally faces Nute Gunray, he doesn't slash wildly, as he did for the rest. He stares him down for a solid 8 seconds of intimidation, makes him beg for his life, and then coldly slices through him in a controlled way. It's a small detail of the scene, but it really shows the difference between Anakin's uncontrolled pain versus Vader's cold and calculating vengeance. But Anakin's not the only one with dark moments in Revenge of the Sith, which brings us to detail number 4. Obi-Wan's high ground attack was actually his second try. Moments before, when the former friends were battling on the droids over the lava river, Anakin tries a similar flipping move. He leaps from his droid over Obi-Wan's head, and Obi-Wan slashes for his legs, just barely missing. Later in the battle, when Obi-Wan says,
Don't try it!
He's warning Anakin that the move may have worked the first time, but Obi-Wan is ready for it now. He'd already seen the trick once, and he had practiced attempting it. As we all know, Obi-Wan wouldn't miss the second time. But there's also something poignant about the fact that Obi-Wan continuously aims to cut off Anakin's legs, rather than killing him outright. It's a small detail that speaks volumes of Obi-Wan's feelings about the duel and his expertise as a Jedi Master. But the fifth and final dark detail of the film comes when Anakin is being changed into Darth Vader, with his mechanical limbs and suit. Looking from the aerial shot, we can see that the hospital where Anakin is turned into his more menacing form from the original trilogy displays the Imperial insignia on the floor, a darkly subtle nod to where things would go from here. So those are our 5 dark details from Revenge of the Sith. Did any of them surprise you or change the way you view the film? Let me know in the comments below, and be sure to check out my channel for other Star Wars analysis, memes, and mashups.